we must send a big shout out to the police. Our condolences to the Nigerian police. We lost an officer in Abuja East local government area a few days ago due to some issues. I really don't know why Abuja East, the beautiful, magnanimous, awesome Abuja East, is plagued with this wahala.
You know, the wise men always come from the east, aside of Ahuda East.
Yeah, no, they're white from Abuja East. But the thing is a few months ago, one beautiful officer was, I don't know, Ahuda East. Again, some days ago.
Beautiful officer, that's the guy.
Ambashim now, as in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, DPO Ambashim. I don't know. Then another one again. So
what's the name of the officer?
The new one that died. His name is Officer Epa, I think so. He's an SIS official. The police sent him to the OSPAC there to supervise and, just for him to be, because they want to be aware of what's going on with OSPAC. But you don't attack a police officer, even if you have an issue. Let's have a conversation. You understand anything? See, Israel, Iran, they are going to have conversations. It always ends with conversations. And all this bra, we don't agree. When I go still come up, we talk. So I wonder why there's always a big shout to my friends from Ahuda East. Wonderful people, great people, but it always hits me when I hear that they do certain things. So my condolences, our condolences to the Nigerian police for losing an officer unnecessarily for no reason. After we heard some people also beat up a local government sole administrator, another issue again. So what is going on? So his name is, the Nigerian police have asked they are looking for two people who they say are members of Iceland group. But they led to the killing of Ngozi Ipa, who is a personnel of OSPAC, and then a police officer whose name is Corporal Francis Friday. Yeah, the police officer who was killed after sustaining gun injuries or gunshot wounds is Francis Friday. Our condolences to him and his family, and of course the Nigerian police. So we've said this, but let's come down to what's going on in Port Harcourt here. More collection of money along the road, Bosinde. They are at park. This is Abale Park. There are about 2 or 3 there. Then when you get to close to CFC, there's one there. Across the road from CFC, close to Mina Hotels, there's one there. And at different parts, you will just see them. They just come out, park van, stop you, and collect money from motorists. So how do we handle this issue? And the Commissioner of Police keeps saying that they should stop doing this. And recently, governors have agreed that they are going to reduce roadblocks. How do you see that impacting security in this area?
What do you want me to talk about? The roadblock or the reducing of the roadblock or the
them collecting money?
No,
it's not allegation. We see them busting, they're collecting this money.
That's why a court need to prove it to make it stick. So long as the court has not proven it so far, it's still allegedly.
It's still alleged, right?
Yes, because he who alleges
must prove.
And prove. You have to go to court and then prove with even sometimes with your evidence to the court might still not take your side.
Okay, so should we ask people to call in and tell us if
you ask people to call in, people will tell you they see them, will they see them? In fact, that's what I want to talk about in answering to that question.
Okay.
Now, this is how I'm going to answer that question. First of all, I want to establish the fact that everybody should know that the Nigerian police force and every police force in the world is not corrupt. They are not corrupt at all. But they have a lot of corrupt police officers. Why do I say so?
I like the political correct statement, yes.
Nigerian police force. It's a name. It's an institution. It can be corrupt because it has guidelines. Okay. And those guidelines were empowered by the Constitution. You understand me? The Constitution said that we're going to have a Nigerian police force. And then that the police force will be responsible for XYZ. And then there's a police act to also further expatiate the activities of the police force.
Yeah.
A to Z of what they are supposed to do is in the police act. So, based on this now, the Nigerian police force is not corrupt because it was established by law, making it legal. It's empowered by law. Everything they do is empowered by law, which makes it legal. So, they are not corrupt. Okay. Now, officers who act against
those rules
are not acting on behalf of the police, even if they are in uniform. Because they are not acting in line. What makes you act on behalf of the police while on police uniform is your ability to stick to the police act. Once you go outside of the police act, you are acting on your own. And at that point, you are not representing the Nigerian police force. You are representing your selfishness, your emotions, your interest, your bias, your greed, your whatever, your pain,
wearing the uniform,
your anger. Yes, wearing
the
uniform is sold in the market. You can sew it. You understand me?
Wow.
So at that point, you are not representing the police, because representing the police refers that you stick within the act. Just having said this, the Nigerian police is not corrupt, but we have a lot of corrupt police officers.
We have a lot of people wearing the uniform to do this thing.
Yes, who uses the privilege given to them as police officers to do. Now, let me further portray my point why I say they are not corrupt. If you arrest a police officer today on the charges of corruption, and you are able to prove it, the police will have an order-room trial of that officer. Why are they doing order-room trial? They are trying to check, in as much as you have brought evidence, they want to check if the person was in line with the police standards and regulations. If the person was in line, no matter the evidence you bring, so long as that person is in line, the police will absolve that blame because the person was acting on behalf of the police. But if the person is not in line and they found wanting, most times the person will be punished also according to the act, but most times the act said they should dismiss, depending on your level. When they dismiss you, the same police will dismiss you, which means you are not a policeman. And then they will handcuff you, not another police, or the same police will handcuff you and now hand you over as a civilian to the court. Example is the case of the Chimae Kwandu case. They said these police officers were torturing him. And I told people they were not acting on behalf of the police. Because torture is not in the police act. Now, that is why when the police finally arrested them, because there were evidence in the man's body and other evidence.
The autopsy,
Yes. When the police arrested them, what did the police do? The police had an order-room trial of them. And in that order-room trial, they found them guilty of the offense of torture. And then they were punishable under dismissal. And so they were dismissed from the Nigerian police. And immediately they were dismissed, which means they were no longer police officers, they were de-uniformed and handcuffed. And now, by the same police, charge them for murder. Are you getting that now? So, by this understanding, I want Nigerians listening to me to understand that what I'm telling them is the truth. I am not protecting the police, never, not. But I'm only telling them the statement of fact that the institution is governed with a standard and is legally approved. So it is not a corrupt institution. But all over the world, in different institutions, including your radio station here, there are people who act on selfish interest. Are you telling me they are acting on behalf of Silverbird Rhythm 90.7? No! Because Silverbird Rhythm 90.7 has standard for this, has standard for that. Am I correct? But people go to do their own things. And if those people should bring any problem by virtue of their actions while representing you, even holding your ID card, the station will look at that report from such person, so long as there is evidence, and they will discipline the people. Am I correct?
So what do we do now going forward?
Good.
If we
what we do is this now.
Yeah.
The first thing to do is that the public must have this mindset I have given out this morning. Do you know why the public must have this mindset? Because now, if you do not have this mindset I have, you cannot clearly stop the issue of police harassment and brutality, because you will still be working on it based on sentiment.
I understand what you mean.
But now, the first thing the public should do is have this kind of clarity. Play these things I said over and over again. Do researches and digest it and accept what I have said this morning. That is one. When you have accepted it, you will now be free to act. You will now understand that whenever a policeman arrests you, say they are taking you to Nyenegwa, say they are taking you one corner and they stop by the corner of the road and they insist to collect money from you, you will now understand that at that point,
you're not dealing
it's
with
not the police.
You're dealing with
you are dealing with armed robbers. Are you getting the difference now? But not police people, but at that point, they are armed robbers.
Because that is not the procedure.
That is not the procedure. So they are now robbing you. Now, you will now put yourself in the position of you are now being robbed.
Okay.
So when you put yourself in that position,
you are numbered, outgunned.
Yes. Okay. You will understand that these people are not police. They are robbing you. Are you getting me? That will help you to understand your behavior at that point. You understand? That will also help you to begin to see how to generate and gather little evidence that will help your complaint. You understand me? But if you keep saying, no man, and our police people, and so they all come carry me like that, if you have this emotional mindset, you will be carried away by this, and you'll not be able to present your case with facts that can help you.
That's if you, yeah, that is
Yes.
if you survive.
Yes. Now, your survival will also depend on this. When an armed robber is on you now, you know how you behave. So you behave like that. But for example, if you see people without uniform now, just come on the road and start shooting. It says on armed robbers. There's a way, if you are there, you just obey them immediately, yes or no? But if you people on police uniform stand on the road and stop you, and then they are talking, even if they are holding gun and they shoot, blah, blah, one way or the other, I know now police, now our police, with this. So wait, you see, what have I done? You still be asking questions, right? But you don't ask the armed robber. The difference is the mindset. You understand? This man now, they follow any other. You won't go there or here. So when that happens to you, understand you are being robbed, and use the robbery protocol and save yourself. And one thing it does for you is it helps your mind to be sharpened. You must have this clear mind, it will be sharpened. Thirdly, another thing you must do is this. Nigerians, I'm sorry to say, but this issue of police brutality and extortion, I'm going to blame the civilians, 75%. Nigerians has over abused uniform privileges. Whatever you see the police doing today, in as much as I condemn the police officers doing that because it's not part of what the police is supposed to do, I also want to tell Nigerians that they have been contributing to this. Let me give you an example. Nigerians abuse uniform a lot. You have a brother who is a policeman, you have an issue, you want to use your brother to intimidate the next man. You go and call him to call his friends to intimidate somebody, even if he's not serving here. You have a brother who is in the army, you want him to come and beat up somebody who is doing this against you. You understand me? They go that extent. These people, they call young boys that they are doing fraud and Yahoo and all of that. I remember in those days, you see boys from Uniport. We go to the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SAS in those days. And they are all fraudulent people. And tell them my friends are doing fraud. We are all doing it, but you see, they've made some money, I have not. So I say I should come and inform you. And the police will go there and pick all of them, including him, and separate them. And begin to interrogate them. And then he will begin to tell the police how to get out this money from them. So at a point when nobody was now going to the police to report their brothers, but they started using the clue that these people have brought, like they are using a Benz, this is where their phone is, this is what to search. The criminal elements in the police force capitalized on this sellout by their friends, and now started stopping every young boy on the street with those threats. You see me? So you see that the public contributed deeply. It's not like he was going to report to apprehend his friend. He was going to report out of jealousy to also get an arrangement with them to get something out. You get that now. So the public, one way or the other, has sold their right per se in the southern Nigeria mostly to the police. So let me give you an example. Yeah. Have you ever heard of these things you're saying in the north? You don't hear about. Have you ever heard that in those days of SARS that one person was shot in the north? No. Good. You know we operate on penal code and criminal code. Criminal code over empowers the police. Penal code empowers the community. So in the north, under the penal code, it's the community that invites the police before the police can carry out their function, except on cases of national security. You get me? While in the criminal code now, it's the police, they have so much powers. You understand me?
Let me ask you this, Bosinde. In as much as we have the police rules and what they're supposed to do, how do we get the bad eggs off the system, off the force?
Well, if
that
you
is
want
the most
to talk
important
about
thing, because
getting the bad eggs,
because I should feel safe when I see a police officer, not the other way around.
Sir, the most corrupt police for me on earth is the American police.
No, this is Nigeria.
No, I'm telling you that. I'm just telling you how deep corruption is. It's a global phenomenon. It comes in different ways.
So you're saying we can't punch the house?
No, I'm saying we can, but I want to tell you how it works now. You know, corruption differs based on environment. For example, the British police, Metropolitan Police and whatever, they do not collect money from you on the road. Am I correct? You not even see them armed. But most of them have racist attributes. Are you getting me? That's also corruption. You understand me? They profile people with racial sentiments. That's corruption, especially the black. You get? So that's one level of corruption. While in Nigeria now, this kind of corruption is basically extortion and brutality. Now, these corruptions you see in the police are based on the societal problem they have. The British people have this challenge of racism, while the Nigerian people have this challenge of poverty. So it reflects in the kind of corruption you see. You see politicians wanting to embezzle funds. You see police officers wanting to use the police force and do their own personal bidding to make money. While in the British, you see them want to do racism because that's what's the challenge they have now. So the point, how do we stop this now? The general Nigerian state needs a mind change. We just need to shut the system down and reboot.
Shut the
system down and reboot. Now, I'm a Christian and I like to biblically solve issues. You understand me? God said that your mind should be renewed. You understand me? We need that renewal of our mind. Okay. Our reasoning is on survival. Our reasoning is not on progress.
What I'm trying to say is this.
I'm telling you how we can wipe the bad eggs out of the police.
Okay, we need to hire the right minds, right?
No, you don't. Who is hiring the right mind? The one hiring is also the problem. You are talking about hiring the right man. The man you ask to go and hire is the problem. This thing I'm telling you is the root cause. Because the man you ask to go and hire, as he's going there, he's thinking of how much he's going to make from the people he wants to give job. Oh. Are you getting me? So you are saying they should hire right minds. Is it the man with criminal mindset that want to hire right mind? So I don't think that's what I'm telling you. Say, relax, let me expatiate the issue.
So we're not ready now.
That's what I'm telling you, that if you want us to get it right, we need to shut down the system and reboot it. That's what you do to your phone when it begins to give you certain difficulties in operations. Am I correct? It's not that the phone is bad. The phone is good. It's performing its function, but a lot of apps and too many things on. You just reboot it, restart. Am I correct? And once you restart, the system will now wipe off everything that is not necessary, review itself, and come back in optimal performance. Am I correct, sir? That's what we need to do to the police force. Because if you are saying we need to recruit the right person, the one we won't go recruit the right person, is he right? Have you asked of how people join the police? The people that are coming to join, most of them have their own problem coming. We expect this man to screen them. I have a video on TikTok. I said they should do proper background check before employment. But while you are doing that, the man you sent to employ,
have you done background checks on him?
No, him is in the system already. No, be today, he don't pay. In fact, he's so angry at the system that this is his opportunity to get back.
I get you, but you know, like you mentioned in the US, they have internal
affairs.
Yeah, you have
internal affairs.
IA. They are the ones who
we have it in Nigeria. It's called IGP monitoring. In the state, it's called CP monitoring unit.
Okay.
It's the same thing I'm telling you. You see, it's not name. The name is never corrupt. The officers manning that name. Are you getting me? For example, let me give you an example. The Bible says, when the righteous rule, the city rejoices. When the wicked perish, they are shout of joy. These things are evident everywhere. See, when they send you, there is a commissioner they will send to the state. You say, nah, this commissioner, they walk. Oh. There is a DPO they will send in your area. You say, nah, this DPO, they walk. Oh. Everybody will see the station, the character of the whole station will change. Am I correct?
Yeah, there are DPOs like that.
There is also like commissioners you send. The character of the police in the state will change. There are IGs you send. The character of the whole Nigerian police will change. There are presidents you send. The character of the IGs and all service commanders will change. Have you seen that where the thing go reach? The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces, based on his actions and characters, it will determine the actions and characters of people under his appointment. What he does not like, nobody will do it. The Inspector General of Police, based on his actions and character, it will determine the action and character of the people under his command. What he does not like, they won't do it. They based on the character of the commissioner
of police, yes.
What he likes and what he does not like is what will be done. Let me tell you how the system works under this regimental activities of a nation and these forces.
Yes.
See, whatever the boss like is what goes. If the president likes this, all the service chiefs follow that area. They don't have a choice. They are not there to think. They are there to follow order, no matter how they like. If the IG say na like this in one time, go and meet this commissioner of police any state, he will tell you, no, this is how we are going to do it. So what happened? See, this is what the IG is doing. Are you getting me? They won't question it. If the commissioner of the police say, now this is how it's going to be,
okay,
go to any division and any tactical team, they say, no, commissioner say, if we are doing this kind of thing, it must be like this.
Okay, just like the chief of army staff.
That's what, it's the same thing I'm telling you. If a DPO say in my station, na so it go be, na so it go be. What am I trying to tell? That's why I said, for us to employ right people and do the blah blah blah.
We
need to reboot the system. Now, if we cannot reboot the system, time will fail me to teach the public how to handle the system the way it is. Now, when you cannot buy brand new, there are very good way of buying fairly used and getting a brand new performance. Okay. Now, time will fail me because I have what it takes for Nigerians to know. Part of it is what I just said in the beginning, how to clear their mind and deal with these people with this understanding I have. That way now they won't have problem, because even those that have evidence on how to deal with the system, they approach it wrongly because of emotional attachment while pursuing such cases. So I'm going to teach them how to deal with these people and how to stop it from happening. I was driving the other day on the road. Not the other day, that was the first night. 2 days ago. Yeah, on Sunday. And I saw a policeman at a traffic point in front of a police division. I don't want to mention. He had his beard on like this. See? Beard on. Okay. So he's at the police. So I know he's a policeman. I looked at his leg. He wasn't dressed properly. Just dressed anyhow. But he was there with rifle. And the fact that he's in front of a police division shows that he's a police officer. He no fit fake that one. Are you getting me? So he was stopping vehicle and another person was stopping by the side. So when it got to my turn, immediately I got there, asked him, why are you not shaved? You are not properly shaved. Why? He looked at me. He said, I said, why are you not properly shaved? He said, I said, do you have any medical reports for this? He said, his temperature, you see, he's there explaining to me. I said, why are you not properly dressed here now? Shake it. Shake it. I said, no, you don't do that. Now, can you kindly properly dress up before you put your division in problem? I said, yes, sir. And I drove off. And people are asking me, now what do you do now? What do you now? Yeah, I say, no. I know, the Bible says, you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. I know that in the police, a police officer must be properly dressed and well shaved, except there's a medical report to back up why he needs beards for medical reasons.
So maybe he's undercover.
Yes. And I know, and if he's undercover, he can't be with rifle. There. On the road. Then I know that a policeman should be well dressed. There is an acquitment of the Nigerian police force. I know. Am I a policeman? No. I'm not a policeman. But I know these things. How did I know? The Police Act is everywhere online. You can buy it and read. I know this because this is my country and I want to be involved in how it is run. So I know this. And because I know this, I know that when somebody is wrongly acting and is talked to by somebody who have knowledge, he will stop. The same thing with Satan. When you have the word, you have what the word says, and you tell Satan, say, this is how it's supposed to be, and Satan looks at you that you are not found wanting, Satan will obey. It's a normal standard. You understand me? Nigerians don't want to know